Welcome to Violent Cinema Review, which is part of the Quality Violent Cinema umbrella. I'm Christian.
I'm Goblin, and today we're covering Mulch by Frank Pop Jr. He also directed 37% Evil, Halloween Baby short, and Bloody Bites, a TV series. I actually haven't seen anything from him besides this, but it was a really good fucking time, so I'd love to talk about it.
So Mulch is basically a story of a young man who's suffering from his memories of the death of his family, like basically parents and friends, and his doctor forces him to return to the scene to kind of help him. And has a couple patients kind of go with him to help him with the journey. And then they meet a bunch of backwoods psychopaths and ends up being like this gruesome thing with basically people that are passionate about gardening.
If that's what you want to call it. Oh my god. This movie was just a fucking ride from the moment go.
Yeah, there's so much cool stuff in this one. Yeah, Mulch was hilarious. It was definitely a gore fest.
Speaking of gore, I mean, that's one thing I really want to give compliment to is like it had very realistic like blood spurting. Even like it was more just leaking blood. Like, you know, you get ridiculous, silly, over the top movies where, you know, they cut an arm off and just splatter everywhere. It kind of gets like ridiculous. But this did it really well, especially within the opening scene. Like she gets her throat slit and it looks beautiful the way it comes out, as fucked up and weird as it is to say that.
It definitely goes for realism, but then the humor is over the top and, you know, crazy, but then the gore is realistic. So it's kind of cool to see that. I mean, there's definitely moments to spray, but
yeah. No, I mean, it was a really good balance because either it's everything has to be completely over the top, like a trauma movie in a sense, but this felt like it could be in the trauma family, but it's much more restrained, but that's not a bad thing. It's still ridiculous and over the top, but it knows how to play its cards.
But it doesn't come off like too cheesy and kind of like, like you said, like in your face.
Just silly, ridiculous, like just to do it. Like, I guess BBJ is definitely hands down my favorite fucking character from the movie. It's just this stoner kung fu fucking just this dude's insane. He's fucking hilarious, and he's hands down the most over the top character, I would say, just acting wise. But it still fits within the realm of like realism in a sense. It's not so ridiculous.
He kind of reminds me of like the acting of like a WWE wrestler, where he's just kind of just. Like, oh, here, wrestler.
Yeah, and he's just like going around like doing this shit all the time. Like, I really, really was hoping that dude was great. I wonder if he was in anything else. I couldn't really find anything on him, but like, if he does more just cheesy, wacky stuff like that, I want to see it.
Yeah, another thing that we wish we saw more was there's definitely like a great puke scene. But you kind of wish, because it's like apparently the guy is like gets an upset stomach when he has certain situations and he tends to puke, and so they have a scene that shows that, but then they don't really show it anymore. But at least you get it where he pukes on 3 naked chicks, so that's fun.
Some puked on or some jiggly wiggly. No. Yeah, now with that being the main like I guess characteristic of that character, I wish it would have came into play more, other than just the one scene, and then the whole box thing, I guess, was just another way to go over it, but I feel like it could have been a special power that was used in the movie.
Almost like Stan, from like South Park, where he just pukes every time Wendy's name is mentioned. It could just be like anytime there's gore, he just like throws up. It would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Or then like at the end he uses it to his advantage, like to help defeat the, backwoods psychopaths or whatever in a way. Like that would have been great. But no, I mean, for the scene that we did get though, it was fucking good. I will never eat oatmeal the same again.
Chunky.
Chunky. I was like, from afar, I was like, ew, cottage cheese. And up close, I was like, oh,
oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
At least it wasn't cream of wheat.
Fuck, right?
I'll cream your wheat. Speaking of something else, the music soundtrack was great. It's all this like 90s style rock. Even the characters, there was like one of them that was a band member and they all die from their instruments. And
yeah, it's just so fun and ridiculous. And like the movie or the soundtrack was like very fucking good for it. Like, if you're on our Patreon, you'll see the screening of it that we did. where we're talking while we're watching it, and just like there are moments in this stream where I start headbanging to the fucking soundtrack and kind of jamming out. Like it's a good soundtrack.
It's definitely a low budget, worth a watch. It kind of has that mild slapstick approach. Like I said, it wasn't in your face or trying too hard to make you laugh. Yeah. Filled with great one-liners and lovable characters.
Yeah, and the thing and I guess what made it a lot of fun though is it doesn't lag at all. Mm-hmm. Like it's paced really well. The shots are like shot, like there's some really good shots that I would say are like definitely inspired by like Evil Dead and the Sam Raimi tracking shot and all that. But like it's a good movie to look at. It doesn't lag, it doesn't bore. Like there's always something going on, and so just I mean overall it's a good bloody time.
Yeah, so A+ for gore, A+ for humor, A+ for the movie in general. Definitely a good recommendation.
I was seeing it, passed or mentioned on Facebook and stuff and certain groups and all that. And the cover like really made me interested, especially how it's described as like a low budget splatter comedy, dark comedy and all that. But it was definitely right up my alley. So like I said, this is the only thing I've seen by this director. But if any of his other movies, like I think the 37th one that I mentioned earlier, that one sounds like it'd be interesting. So I wonder if like the slapstick or if he gets more serious or how it plays out, but I definitely want to see more work from this guy.
Yeah, he seemed like he could do well in either side. If he takes it serious, it'd still be really good, or just a straight comedy, it'd be really good.
Whatever he does, as long as it's a bit over the top, I think it'll go well. He does have that restraint to be able to pull it back when need be. But
when it's time to be graphic, he's graphic.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely A+ from me as well. Like it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, that's basically our review on it. We're probably going to do Vanity next because we're basically doing 5 different Toxic Filth films. So got 2 down, 3 to go.
And I don't see any of them disappointing me. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, Toxic Filth has been coming out some really good stuff lately. So they always kind of do.
Banger after banger after banger lately.
Yeah, so good for you, Jason Toth.
Yes, good on you, my dude.
And if you want to see all these, so we're going to be doing basically a screening and then a review, and we're going to kind of keep that consistent. So if you want to see us be goofballs and basically just make fun of whatever and just talk shit, then join our Patreon, and we'll basically going to be touching on all these films and watching these. And then if you want to watch us be a little bit more serious and more just like talking about it and doing an actual review, then those will be on YouTube. So
basically, if you like what you see here and you want the whole filthy, uncensored, uncut version, join the Patreon.
And we get nasty. I think you should know that by now. But
you think I'm restrained now? Oh.
Cancel Nation.
Welcome to the 3rd and last episode. But so thanks for watching, everybody. Mulch 2013 from Toxic Filth Video. Definitely check it out. I'm Goblin from QBC.
And I'm Christian.
And we are out of here.
All right.
Do 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 do.